Timeout Talk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly edition of Timeout Talk, streaming on the one and only Minifan Network. We are sponsored by Chase and Throws Custom T-shirts and accessories, Make It Mac, and of course, Ben's got it right next to him, the Ice Shaker, and once again, streaming on the perfect, magnificent Minifan Network. We've got a lot to talk about in Boston today. We'll get to your Bruins. We'll get to these guys, the Celtics later. We're gonna get to Ben's Steelers. I'm dying. I literally said to Ben, I said, we got to start the show off talking Mike McCarthy, and he was like, no. We're gonna start it off with the Patriots. He's 100% right. We'll talk about AFC, NFC. We'll talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. We're not going to give you our predictions. Ben reminded me. Ben's been keeping me on my toes today. This is a new year. But yeah, Ben, let's get into it. They did it, whether you want to call it Candyland or not. They went into Denver. They finally got it done, Ben. 10-7 win. They shut up Jared Stidham. They shut up a lot of the fans. And, hey, as much as a lot of the haters want to hate, they're in the Super Bowl, Ben. And they got as far as everybody kept telling them to get.
Yeah, I like that, Josh. Been throwing that around. Candyland, easiest schedule in the league. So I'm like, it's the truth. Hey, it's the truth. And just like the truth of the matter, hey, they won those games. So they did what they had to do. They tasked them with an easy schedule. The Pats were last place for a couple years in a row. So they earned that they earned that easy schedule. They earned playing those easier teams, and they kind of got a little lucky, obviously, getting the NFC South. NFC South wasn't the best division this year. Sorry for the Panthers. Shout out to Rob. There he is. But no, I think ultimately that's what me and Josh talked before the show too. This is the ultimate theme I'm going to sort of give the Patriots. We're going to have a little fun with them. We're going to have a little fun with them because it's true. You can't deny that. It is the easiest schedule in the league, but ultimately we got to give them their due. We got to give them their respects, and we got to give them their little credit for this. They won. I mean, they're in the Super Bowl. It's kind of hard to imagine right now. I can't even imagine it going from, like I said, those 4-13 seasons back to back to the Super Bowl already. And like we were saying a little before the show too, I gotta give a little love to Drake May and Mike Vrabel. I mean, I do. Now Mike Vrabel has turned this thing around. Jerome Mayo did get a little rushed exit, Josh. I think, they give him the most, it wasn't the most fair time, obviously, and everything, but I mean, Mike Vrabel waiting in the wings. I think they sort of rushed Mayo into that. That's just another story for another day. But I think, right now, if you're a Patriots fan, you're loving this Drake May, Mike Vrabel combo. And I mean, Mike Vrabel's got this whole locker room believing, and so is Drake May. Josh, so hey, we're gonna give him the credit as much as everyone knows, Josh. Especially I hate doing it. I hate giving the credit. But Steelers did beat them so earlier in the season. Maybe I can say that if they do win it, knock on wood. The Steelers would have beat the champs. Knock on wood. We still got a long way to go before I'm saying that and everything. Mike versus Super Bowl. A solid one from Jeff over there, but. No, we're gonna be making jokes all show, Josh, but I gotta suck it up and give the Patriots the credit where it's due. They got their first win in Denver postseason history. Brady never did that, and Drake May did it right off the bat. So gotta give him credit, Josh, and just watch out. He's a little injured now. That's another story we can get into. I know we got a jam-packed show, but Drake May, a little injury scare that's out there, but hats off to the Pats for that one.
Yeah, Ben. I see the Nard Dog in there. We're going to get to your comment.
Shout out Nard Dog. Let's go.
We're going to get in there. Shout out Nard Dog. Shout out Jeff. Shout out Rob. Shout out all the viewers tuning in. Yeah, your New England Patriots are back. They're totally back. And yeah, like Ben said, you can't hate anymore. I was watching the game and I'm like, oh my God, like it is true. Like as much as I hate to say it, like they are the nightmare. Like they are the thorn in the back. It's just like you can't escape them. Excuse me. Ben and I being local guys, we're not Patriots fans. I know everybody calls us crazy. Ben has a little bit more of a better excuse than I do. His family ties to the Steelers there, which makes more sense than me. But I'm watching the game and I'm just like, dude, like, these guys, like, I get it. I know, yes, it was an easy schedule for sure. I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It was probably an easy on paper schedule in the playoffs. I know the top 3 defenses and all that, but weather played a factor for sure. But at the end of the day, these guys stepped up. This defense played way better than we thought. I mean, I was having a conversation with Cody. He was claiming them, the top 23rd best rushing defense. Ben, this rushing defense has been probably the best, if not top 3 in the whole playoffs. I mean, they've been unbelievable. Gonzalez, I mean, just something about this team, like Drake May, he makes a bad play. Guess what? He comes down, throws a touchdown pass. Gonzalez, all right, he gets burned for a huge play, whether we want to call it his fault or not, Woodson's or whoever it was. What ends up happening? He makes the game-sealing pick. So these guys are resilient. They fight back. They get punched in the mouth. Well, they're just going to punch back harder. They've been a great team. I can sit here and hate all I want, as I was kind of saying, and I was rooting for them to lose. I'm like, these freaking guys cannot lose, dude. Like, what the hell? They're back in the Super Bowl before me. I mean, I'm 28 years old, and I've never seen the Cowboys even reach an NFC Championship. Patriots have this is going to be their 11th Super Bowl since I've been alive, so, or however many. But point of the game is here. I mean, they've got game changers all over the place on defense, and they've played great. And Ben said it perfectly. We both said it too. I want Ben to get his nod there too. This team they're doing what they have to do, and as much as we hate it, they kind of are America's nightmare, Ben.
Yeah, no, and it's I get how you're saying that too, but as I was saying before the show as well, it's it's a little more likable, Josh. It's more of the nightmare sense for us. I just hate hearing about it, and more nightmare sense for those Bills fans. I know you just mentioned the Cowboys and how they've already sort of lapped it, and obviously, we're seeing a rebuild up and coming for the Steelers too. But I think ultimately we're all right. I think it's the Bills that those Bills fans, sorry, Jared, but I think those fans are getting at the worst. I mean, they've gone through all these rebuilds, and you finally get Josh Allen, and you finally get these Patriots down in the dumps. I mean, they were done. I mean, 2 last place finishes. You got Josh Allen. You got this division on foreseeable lock for the next, I don't know, like 3 to 5 years. And now this, now, I mean, firing McDermott and now Drake May, Vrabel, they're obviously not going anywhere. Now this division's very much up for grabs now. I think 50-50 wise. Looking forward. So Bills, I think, ultimately get the worst out of it, Josh. Don't worry about your Cowboys. The Cowboys, they're on the other side. They got their own problems. Same with the Steelers, but I think the Bills, decent move with Joe Brady. We can get that into. We can get into that too. We'll throw that. Yeah, I know Josh got some opinions on it. We'll let him talk about that one. We'll get him out. I'm a little more indifferent on it. I say, hey, I don't necessarily agree with the firing. Going back to Cheese' comment last week, some of the coaches got a little too fired a little too quickly. Hastily decision from that owner, and the owner definitely did not help out in his presser after. I don't know what Pagula's doing. The Bills owner, he's just kind of talking. So somebody probably should take that microphone away from him. But I think ultimately for the Patriots, I hate to say it, it's. And Josh is saying America's nightmare. I don't know. This Patriots team is a little more likable than that evil empire with Brady and Belichick. You can get, now, obviously, I'm not rooting for him. Listen, hey, diehard Seahawks fan right now. Let's go Seahawks. I'm rooting for on this one. But I see where Josh is coming from too, yeah, because this is just a nightmare for me. I have to listen to all these Pats guys now, just already out of a rebuild. They only lasted 3 to 4 years.
Me too.
It's just
Trust
like
me, me too.
They don't even go through a real rebuild, Josh, and they just get Drake May, luckily handed to him. Hey, Will Campbell stepping up too, and some of these other guys, Booty, I don't need to go down the list, but I think ultimately Patriots a little more likable right now. I could see a little more rooting interest. I like Vrabel and May. It's a good combo. I don't hate him yet. Let's say if they win this Super Bowl and win a couple more, he starts getting his own TB12 thing going on. I probably will, but right now it's good, Josh. Right now, I think, hey, and like you said, defense, I really like Millen Williams. I think Millen Williams, if you really look across the board, Josh, there we go. There's my guy. That's what he needs. Bring me back down a little, asshole. I appreciate it. They've peaked, so enjoy it. Because I felt like they were looking like a little bit of the Commanders last year, Josh, in the middle of that game after that Cortland Sutton touchdown. And they were on the ropes, but they battled back. They proved they're not the Commanders of last year. Again, give them the credit where it's due. But ultimately, Patriots, I'm not going to be rooting for them, but I like him a little better. And like I said, Millen Williams, I think best defensive tackle. And I sort of forgot my point right there, but I think Millen Williams, best defensive tackle in the league. Because I'm trying to think of some other guys, and it's way past Cam Hayward's time. Obviously, that's a little in jest, but I can't really think of anyone else, Josh. Maybe you can help me out with that one. But I think Millen Williams has really proven himself worth the money, and maybe the best defensive tackle in the league.
Yeah, I mean, just so much to unpack this weekend. I mean, Bills in a complete frenzy. I know that's a point you talked about, and I disagree with Eddie. I know Eddie. Shout out Eddie Murphy in the chat there.
Shout out Eddie.
Shout out Eddie. But I disagree. I think they should have kept Sean McDermott. I know the Bills fans are not thrilled with Joe Brady. I know we saw a little bit of a better offense since he was there. I'm blanking on their coordinator before that, but I like the Jim Leonard one. They go out, they get a new defensive coordinator. He did a great job, worked wonders over there. They loved him over in Denver. A lot of people thought he could be a head coaching candidate. I do see Eddie's point, and I do see the organization standpoint of trying to get a new head coach there, trying to get an offensive minded guy for Josh Allen. Not bad. I know Joe Brady was better last season. This year, he got a lot of crap. But then again, let's see more talent. I think they need to throw more talent around Josh Allen. And, yeah, like Ben said, I mean, this Patriots win, this 10-7 win, the fact that they're back in the Super Bowl has teams in frenzies. I mean, you've got two head coaches in the same division that are three. They just fired three head coaches in the division. What am I talking about? The Jets are gone. The Dolphins got Jeff Hafley, who I'm not crazy about. James thinks he's going to be great, but he's already doing his Sergeant Slaughter speeches, so we'll see how that's going to work. But all jokes aside, the Patriots are back. They won a huge game in Denver. And, yeah, like you said, I mean, everybody talking about Drake May, the ticky-tack. He's not playing great, but, I mean, he did run the ball well. I mean, he was their best offensive player in my mind. I mean, some of those runs were huge, Ben, those third downs, that rushing touchdown. How about that stiff arm at the end? Everybody's saying his shoulder's hurt. His shoulder's not hurt. This is just what they do. I mean, he's probably banged up. But then again, everybody's banged up right now. Everybody's playing through injuries. On the other side, I bet you Sam Darnold's probably more banged up than him. And that's not like a pissing contest. I'm just saying, like, there's no injury there that's going to prolong Drake May from throwing the ball. He's been great. He's been doing what he has to do. He's called to the critics. And, yeah, next year is going to be an interesting thing, too. Like, how do they handle that schedule? That'll be another time for another day. But like Eddie said, we're getting that huge rematch of that Seattle game where they should have handed it off on the goal line. Like Eddie said, how many times they're going to throw it? They're going to throw it on the 5-yard line with Sam Darnold. Do they trust Sam Darnold, or are they going to give it to K9 and Hosme or whoever the guy's name is there? I'm blanking on. But interesting one here. Interesting one here. And another side here. We'll flip to the other side. We're going to get to I just wanted Ben's thoughts quick here. We're going to get to the Mike McCarthy stuff. But this game, too, I mean, great game. Ben, a lot of people thought it was going to be MVP versus MVP, but I'm just going to say this right now. I think a lot of people need to slow the roll on Sam Darnold. I was talking to James today, and he's saying, he's due for a pisser. He's due for this. As much as everybody's been hating on the Patriots and their schedule, and, they've been proving people wrong, I think Sam Darnold's done a great job on winning games. I mean, they're not asking him to drop back 40 times, Ben, and be Josh Allen and be Drake May. He's not on their level, but he showed he can do it. I mean, he hasn't been seeing ghosts in the playoffs. He's gotten his team to where they need to be. If he's going to throw the ball 15 times in the first half, but he got you the lead, if it's 14-10, or he's got you, he was in a shootout with the Rams this week. Still did what he had to do, throwing some bombs to Rashid Shaheed. So I think, in my personal opinion here, I think the hate on Sam Darnold needs to go away until he does do something. And, if he throws 5 interceptions in the Super Bowl, then it's like, All right, dude, but he's got a great supporting cast, a great defense. I love Witherspoon. They've got the baby boom over there. And hey, who knows? Maybe they win this. They'll be calling them the Legion of Boom 2.0. But K9's been great. They've got a great receiving core. Cooper Kupp's finally stepping up. We knew what happened last time he was in the playoffs. And Ben, I'm going to say it right now. I love Puka Nacua, but they've got the best wide receiver in the league in Jackson Smith-Njigba. That'll be a great matchup. But just wanted to kind of get to this game a little bit. Rams. I'm going to leave this one to you. Is Matt Stafford coming back next year?
Yeah, he's coming back with those weapons, Josh. And hey, I think Eddie said it too. I don't drink coffee. I'll drink some tea, but what do you want? What do you want me to get excited? I was just giving the Pats all the credit, and I'm not going to get excited about the Pats winning to the Super Bowl. I'm already a little depressed about it. So I was going to give my little sort of appreciation speech to them right there. So I'm back. I'm back now. Don't worry. No more giving Pats the credit, but you can't expect me to get hyped up for that. You know how sad it is right now to see these guys already back in the Super Bowl. Josh already alluded to it. It's pretty tough for us. But hey, I like Drake May. I'll give him a little credit. I like the Bakemas thing going on over there. That's pretty cool from him on that. But yeah, we'll get back to a little more positive notes. I'll get a little more positive about Sam Darnold. And like you said, Josh, hey, I mean, Zach Charbonnet's out. You got some guy named Hosmer as a backup who really knows about him, but we'll give Beast Mode a one-day contract. Let him get a little redemption out there. Him and K9. I mean, that'd be a little fun. That'd be a little fun. I mean, you can't lie. That would be a good combination. Beast Mode could still definitely strap it up. I mean, 2 weeks, give him a little playbook. He can get in there. Yeah, that's tough one. And I mean, hey, he played a hell of a game too, and nothing against the Rams and everything. That was just a tight game, and obviously a little different from the AFC Championship game. But the Seahawks, something about them, Josh. Something about this Seahawks team. That defense is just legit. I know, obviously, they get tore up for 31 points, but I mean, when you got Devontae, Puka, Stafford, Connor Williams, you're gonna get shredded most of the time. That defense stepped up, made the big plays when they need to. Tyreek Woolen got a little shaken up over there, on that questionable flag. They're not going to be calling that in the Super Bowl, hopefully. See, there you go. Thank you, Massel. It's a little questionable call right there, and obviously, Puka torched him on the next play, but he bounced back and, made a couple key plays down the stretch, so you like to see that from that defense. And, Josh's boy, DeMarcus Lawrence, he's been having a great year. He hates when I mention it, but I have to. He made a couple good plays over there too, but that defense is clicking. As you mentioned, Sam Darnold have a little rebirth over there. Hasn't thrown any turnovers in the playoffs yet. That's a key stat to look out for in this playoffs. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Pats fans, this is going to be the big thing, Josh, that we talk about for the next 2 weeks. The seeing ghosts. Is he still going to be seeing ghosts against them? Does he still have some of that? And, we add some of those turnovers throughout the year during the regular season. But like I said, that's the key point right there. No turnovers yet. Seahawks fans, knock on wood on that one. You don't want to jinx anything. But as long as he plays turnover-free ball, Josh, I think they have a chance. Obviously, the favorites, they have a chance. But I think it's going to be a really good game. Here we go. Come on. Hey. Come on, asshole. Gonzo made a nice play over there. He made up for that when he got burned by Mims. I believe that was Mims on the first play. Not the first play, first drive, or one of those ones. But he made up for it in that last pick, even though Stidham basically gift wrapped that to him. That wasn't the best pass from him. But that's just another guy, Josh. I know I was giving a little credit to Milton Williams, but Christian Gonzalez has been banged up all year. Some inconsistent play, he gets burned a couple times here and there, but he locks down guys when it has to, and when he's been getting those big plays for him. So we give him a little more energy on that one. There you go. Do you guys like that one, Pats fans? You like that energy? I'll give him that. But yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, that's just
shout out Ricky.
Yeah, shout out Ricky. I like that.
I want that Ricky prediction in there. Masshole. I want your Rumble prediction. You can throw that in. Even I'll respond.
This weekend.
It's this weekend. We'll get to that a little later. But yeah, Ben, this is going to be a good matchup. Of course, we can't dive too deep into it because we've got basically a whole week to get to it next week. But this is right here what you're going to be seeing. This is your Super Bowl matchup. I mean, I can guarantee you nobody in the comments thought either of these teams were going to be there. But hey, we're here. This is a huge Super Bowl. I think this is going to be a great matchup. I know people wanted that Pats and Rams, but as much as the Pats haters wanted the Broncos to win, it's better to see Drake May in the Super Bowl than friggin' Jared Stidham. And Stidham showed why he's a backup. As much as he was one of the best backups in the league, and he's solid, he showed why he is a backup quarterback. But we've got plenty of stuff to get to. Let's get to some interesting stuff here. We're going to get to the Bill Belichick stuff. I saw the Nard Dog got us going and rolling with that. We've got plenty of time. We've got some Celtics Bruins.
Man, we'll get to
I got to do it, Ben. I have been dying to know. I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Josh reached out to me, one of the first guys to reach out about it. Gunther, I like that one. Yeah, Josh is going to give me the list of guys for my Rumble prediction. I always give a Rumble prediction. I'm going to look at the list, and I'll give a solid one over there for everybody. 2 o'clock this weekend, I believe, Saturday.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Hey, 2 o'clock. I'm not going to watch it. Listen, I'm not watching them. I'll be at work, but hey, maybe I'll catch the end of it. Maybe I'll catch the tail end. Nice little plug for the WWE. Oh, no, Yeet. Okay, that's good for my consideration. But see, I'm just stalling on this one, Josh. It's just,
he hates it.
I mean, I don't hate it. As I said, as I was telling Josh, like I said, Josh is one of the first ones to reach out. Obviously, he knows he's got the coaching ties with them. I'm just a little confused. I mean, no, I'm not just stealing. No, I'm not stealing what I told. No. Don't jump in there before I even say it. The WWE. Yeah, I stole that from Chi. Never mind. I thought he was talking about the Mike McCarthy for a second. No, I definitely did steal that from Chi. But I knew the WWE was in Saudi Arabia. They're all over ESPN now with their commercials and everything. So I knew that one. But ultimately, I don't hate it, Josh. I don't hate this move, even though I am confused why we just getting rid of a great regular season guy that just fails in the postseason for another guy. Kind of confused on that one, and maybe not even as good a motivator. I know that's been the big thing. Tomlin's lost his message to the locker room. The message has gone stale. I'm not really sure Mike McCarthy's the guy right now. He's Hall of Famer. That's a little tease. Something else we'll get to a little later. Hall of Fame coach. I think just what he's done with the Packers, what he's done with the Cowboys, and obviously coming to this franchise. Just 3 storied franchises you're head coach for. You're going to get some points for that and to be successful. I assume with all of them, I don't think he's going to be a bad hire for us in that regard. I don't think we're just going to be, plummet to the bottom of the division, which I wouldn't hate. For a little rebuild. But, I don't think we're going to be totally awful with them. We're not going to be Browns level bad. But I'm just a little confused at the direction, Josh. I'm just a little confused why we just went with just another old guy. And I hate to be frank about it, and I hate to not go into better explanation, but I know he's great with the offensive guys and yada yada yada. But I mean, it's easy when you got Rodgers. You saw what happened with Bill. He doesn't have Brady and everything. You saw him with some of these other, you see him, with some of these UNC guys. And I'm not trying to compare it like that, but you see him when he's got lesser talent. What happens? Obviously, I don't know how many years he had with Jordan Love and everything. I don't know how influential he was on the pick. And it's not like I'm totally killing him for this, Josh. He's definitely a better quarterback developer than Mike Tomlin. But it's just, why are we going down this route with, this guy? I mean, why wouldn't we just go younger? I'm tired of just going the same old route. Let's just reinvent ourselves a little. Let's try to catch up to sort of the modern NFL. You see what the Pats did. Now I got the energy for him. Let's go. You see, you got it wrong a little with Mayo and everything, and you got the right coach for him. You got Vrabel to instill that confidence in this whole team, and Drake, and it took Drake to the next level. And you get a great offensive mind like McDaniels, and that's all. I hate to say it, but that's all you're kind of really looking for. I don't know why we need to go to Mike McCarthy, who's this supposed quarterback guru. Just get a solid head coach that can just lay down the foundation and get these offensive coordinators that just can do their job. Do their job, reinvent the offense a little, just get us back into some of these modern day times, instead of going 2 running backs, 2 run plays and then just a failed 3rd down conversion. Let's do something a little creative, play action, different formations. I don't know. I'm not a huge football guy like that, but just give me something different than Arthur Smith, Todd Haley, whoever Big Ben brought in. I don't even remember. He was the quarterback coach, and we just let him be the offensive coordinator because Ben wanted him. Like, let's just try to do something a little different. And I don't really see this as a different move, Josh. So I'm a little confused with that. And I'm not totally dissing his time in Dallas. I mean, he did great for Dallas. He did great, and he's did great for Green Bay, obviously, Super Bowl win. He had a great time in Dallas, and like I said in the beginning of this whole sort of tirade, not tirade, but just another long speech. Here we go, Mary. It's all right. It's all right. Listen, hey, Jesse Minter, he's not much better. Jesse Minter is not much better. Yeah, he might be. You never know. But yeah, I think it's ultimately what Marianne says. Yeah, it's just not the answer that we're looking for right now. I don't think it's kind of like just getting Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields. Even Justin Fields was a little more in the right direction. Younger guy, more looking at the potential for him. Maybe Mary. But it's just another one of these just placeholder, Josh. Is it just to get us to another year of, 10-7 or 9-8? I don't want to see that anymore. I'll take a tank. I'll take a bad year. It's all right. I don't, we need this. It's just tough. It's tough right now to just keep doing the same thing over and over. So I don't ultimately hate the move, Josh. Hey, I welcome him to Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh native. He was crying over the press conference. I like to see the emotion. He's into it. Maybe that's what they saw from him. But I would have went in a different direction, is all I'm saying. And yeah, as she said, yeah, that's obviously, yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's a big point from she. Yeah, we definitely need a better quarterback.
And hey, maybe it's going to be Aaron Rodgers again. I mean, I don't think that's
no.
Want to go? No. Oh, they're already getting there.
I'll root for the Cowboys. I'll take a year off. If we bring Rodgers back. I'll go to the Cowboys for a year.
Yeah, I'm not in love with this, as you know. I mean, yeah, Mike McCarthy had 3 good years there. Obviously, inherited Dak Prescott on that first year where he got hurt. Not really much you can do there. But I think Ben said the exact thing that I was going to say at the end was the emotion. Like, watching Mike McCarthy, it was just – and again, I don't even know if Brian Schottenheimer's a guy, so there's not much for me to say. But watching Mike McCarthy, it was just a reincarnation of Jason Garrett. I know Dallas is a tough place to coach, but, they don't have a foundational quarterback in Pittsburgh right now. They don't have a very, you offense. They're a very defensive-minded team. I was very concerned when I started hearing Mike McCarthy because I'm like, oh, my God, please, no. I don't think he brings any passion. We used to go at it with every type of call he would have. I don't know. I don't like it at all. I think this is going to 100% be a bridge thing. Maybe this does lead to your young quarterback that you're able to draft because the team isn't the best. I don't think Mike McCarthy's an awful coach. And, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe he just needed to be in Pittsburgh all along. But he does have the championship win with Rodgers. I think both of them are kind of living off that one-and-done thing. But don't love this for Pittsburgh. I think he really lacks the emotion, and I think that's what you need as a head coach. You see the Mike Vrabels, you see the Sean McVays, you see all those guys. Bill Belichick wasn't really passionate, but all these coaches now, these young gun guys that everybody wants, Ben Johnson's, like, you want the guys who are going to be, very emotional. Maybe he showed that in that press conference, but I don't love it, Ben. I really don't love it. I just think. Yeah, I think you're staring dead at 7-10, 8-9, 9-8, maybe 10-7. But I got to see. It all comes down to that one thing Charlie said, and the one thing that's eluded the Steelers for a while, and it all comes down to the quarterback. Maybe if he does get a quarterback, and maybe he was frantically saying how much he loved Will Howard. So maybe he does coach up Will Howard, and maybe we are talking about a quarterback guru over there, but I don't love it, Ben. And I think
when did he say that? Did he say, sorry, coach, but did he say that actually? Did he say that?
He said something. I know.
I'll take that.
I can find the quote. But I know he said, somebody asked him a question, and I don't have the context completely, but they asked him something about Aaron Rodgers, and he said, I'm very excited to be here with Will Howard or something like that. I can find you the quote. It was one of those top guys. I don't know if it was
it's good.
Adam Schefter. I'll get to that once we get on one of the next topics. But yeah, Ben, I saw this and I was like, oh boy, of course Cody's already at first he texted me dots. Like he's like, oh boy. And then all of a sudden it's, while he was in Dallas, he had 12 wins. And I'm like, all right, Cody's falling. Here we go. We got Cody right back where he is normally. But yeah, Ben, I don't think it's like awful, but I don't know. It's just kind of like the Buffalo thing. It's like, why get rid of your head coach? I mean, I think they needed a change in Pittsburgh, but I feel like you're kind of just bringing in not a similar guy, but I shouldn't say that. I feel like you're going to have the same result is what I should say. And that's all I was trying to get to. I think you should have went for a young gun guy, and even like a Brian Flores would have been great. I mean, you already have the defense there, but maybe Ben's right. Maybe this does lead to that tank season, and Ben can go out and get the next big stud quarterback. So,
unless it's Will Howard already, I like that. No, not yet, Jeff. Not yet. That's next.
And we're getting there.
We're
Do you have
getting
anything else on the Steelers one, Ben?
No, I mean, that was just, I'll wrap it up. I mean, that was just good insight from you on that one. That makes me feel a little better. All right, yeah, we'll get to this too. We'll get to that one in a sec. Yeah, I know everyone's hyped up about that one, so that's going to get us a little longer. But no, I mean, I think you weren't totally off right there, Josh. No, I think you said it right now. They're similar guys. I mean, you're similar sort of coaching styles, sort of coaching records, just everything. I mean, we've had sort of the same guy, and we just kind of got another guy in like that. No offense, yeah, they definitely got some differences, but I mean, I would have just rather go with a young gun guy, and let's just try something new. Let's try what Seattle did. You know, obviously, I mean, it's easy to just point out with two young guys like Vrabel and Mike McDonald, but like what the 49ers did a while back. Kyle Shanahan, that's obviously a little different. But you kind of take a risk on some of these younger guys. You know, the Cliff Kingsburys don't work, and I think of another young guy off of the bat, but Josh McDaniels don't work. But you got to take a risk like that. It's like you said, we're staring 7-9, 7-10, 8-9. Or reverse those ones, whatever you want. And we're staring that record. I'm not saying he can't exceed it, or obviously get declined. Obviously go below it, but that's pretty much his range, Josh. And that's just pretty much where he's going to be at. So. You really just know what we're getting at with him, so that's why I ultimately would have just went somewhere else. Just try something different. Give me that Chris Shula guy, Brian Flores, anybody, somebody I haven't heard of, some hotshot, offensive coordinator. Just give him a chance, or somebody a little different than this, but because and I appreciate Cody, and that's why Cody's, that's why us Steelers fans are the best, I think too. It's a double-edged sword on that. I think I said that term right. Maybe double, whatever. But I'll take that one. But hey, we got the best fans in the world. We're always going to root for them no matter what. And we can turn any coach into a good hire, any trade. I was talking up MVS. I was talking up who's the other guy we brought in a while back? We brought in some pretty tough receivers of late and everything. I forget who it was, but it was somebody bad. But we can talk up anybody, but that's kind of our toughest flaw too. I mean, we talk up these guys, and we kind of just don't see the reality of the situation sometimes, like the Tomlin. I mean, he tied a record with Marvin Lewis. I mean, if you got 0-8, you got 8 postseason losses. I mean, if you're tying records with Marvin Lewis, obviously something wasn't going right for a while. And hey, that's why we're good fans. We're true to we're loyal. We're loyal to a fault. Maybe that's why I should say we're loyal to a fault. So we don't see some of it, before the disaster happens. Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. So I think that's the fault of the Steelers too. But ultimately, I'll just wrap it up with this, Josh. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I just wish we would have went in a different direction, because I think I've already seen this story a couple times.
In that quote I was talking about earlier, it was from Tom Pelissero. It was, does Mike McCarthy want Aaron Rodgers to return as a Steelers quarterback? Quote, Mike McCarthy, definitely. I don't see why you wouldn't. And then he was asked later about his quarterback room. Mike McCarthy adds, quote, I'm really excited about Will Howard. So Mike McCarthy will call the plays there in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, hey, he is a good offensive-minded coach. When he called them in Dallas, it wasn't awful, but sometimes it was a little different situation.
Josh, I'll come out here right now if they bring back Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, I'll be rooting for the Cowboys next year. I'll take a year off. I'll take it. I just can't. I don't want to root for Rodgers again. I'm not doing. What are we doing? If we bring these guys back, I just don't. there's nothing they could tell me. So I'll be rooting for, obviously, hey, listen, jokes, but no, I'll be taking a year with the Cowboys. I'll be riding Dak, CD Lamb. Let's go. Hopefully we bring back George Pickens for that one. But
He's
if
already
they, we're already going. But if they bring back Aaron Rodgers in this combo, I'll be very confused and be with the Cowboys for a year. So that's all I'm
wow.
saying.
That
That's a big
is.
threat to him. That's a big threat. Do not bring him back.
I don't think he will. I think he's
Yeah,
done.
no, he
That's
can't.
my
Yeah.
Ben does not want it. We've got some more stuff. I saw some UFC. I would love to talk some UFC a little
Yeah.
later. So maybe we'll do that after this Bill Belichick one. I think it was Charlie. We'll get to that. Just a great main event that I would definitely love to get Ben's opinion on there. But yeah, here we go. Nard Dog, you got us right there. You were early for us. You were a little early, but we want to talk about it. He is not okay with the Bill Belichick news.
Oh.
Ben, I'm not happy either. I think I get it. I totally get it. Everybody, it's the popular thing right now to hate Bill Belichick, and you're seeing how the culture, the Pats, you're seeing a change in Mike Vrabel, but change happens. Change, there's been, as you've seen, the Steelers, their dynasties, and you bring in some other coaches, and you've gotten wins. But with change, you see Jimmy Johnson in Dallas, and then you see different coaches who have gone on to win as well with change. Different, I know it's talent plays a factor here, but Bill Belichick is the best coach in the National Football League, hands down. Let's call it for what it is. He was a great coordinator, and I think that goes into it too. If you can be a great coordinator to a great head coach, I mean, he won however many Super Bowls. I know we want to talk about how much it was all on Tom Brady, but it was the coaching as well too. He coached up some fantastic defenses, some of the best defenses we've ever seen of all time. I think this guy is the best coach of all time. Like, I think you can maybe even make the argument in all of sports. Like, I would go that crazy to say that. There is no doubt in my mind that this guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care if his girlfriend's an absolute idiot. I don't care if that whole situation is just bonkers right now, and I'm not afraid to say it. And, I know I calm down, but that's definitely stained a bad look. But he is still great. I know he went out not on the best terms with New England, and, everybody has short-term memory, and they want to do the whole now is the big thing, but definitely should be in the Hall of Fame, no questions asked. And I got a bone to pick because the MLB isn't doing such a good job either. No Manny Ramirez, no A-Rod. I mean, this is just out of control at this point. I know everybody's talking about the cheating, but I don't know, Ben. They've got to figure the Hall of Fame out. I don't want to stray too much on the MLB because that's just a joke. I mean, but this is too. Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame. That's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, we'll get that out the way first. We've been giving credit to the Pats all day, so might as well just continue with this one. We can't make an argument. He's the best coach of all time. You have to put him in there. And hey, Jimmy said it too, right over there, trying to say I think that's what he said, kept him out for the cheating stuff, and that's what I was listening to 98.5 today. And that's what some of the reports have been coming out saying. Some of the owners. That's what have been brought up. I think it was Bill Polian or something associated to that name, or somebody with the Colts or something like that, saying, "Yeah, you got to hold them to the cheating scandals too." So I think that's what they did with Kraft, and ultimately, I think that's why Kraft was left out too. So in hindsight, we probably should have seen this coming. I think again, Felger called it. They weren't going to let him in after they didn't let Kraft in, because Kraft definitely should have been let in as a Hall of Fame owner. Just what he did, turning the franchise around. From basically nothing into, 6-time Super Bowl champion. Obviously, as much as we joke around with the Patriots, you got to give credit where it's due. Theme of the episode today. And he's got to be in. Yeah, he's got to be in. And they didn't let Kraft in. So, I mean, you probably should have seen this coming. Kind of a similar point to Jeff. Hey, Jeff, in the group chat, I actually read that one. And Josh too. I mean, it's just a joke. I mean, these guys, and all the baseball too, writers. We can even go to this one too, the Pro Bowl. I mean, I like Shador. Too, but that's
It's just insane.
That is literally the most insane thing I think I've seen in sports in
7 touchdowns.
In quite some time, yeah. I mean, to let him in there. That's what sort of Jeff and Josh's point too. This is just a joke now. I mean, they've kind of lost all credibility. These writers, whatever you want to say, writers, owners, it's their own agenda, they want to get a little revenge on him. They want to get a little revenge for Bill, pardon my French, but just being a dick. Bill is just kind of, that's his thing throughout all these years, and obviously the cheating scandals too. So you got those right on the back burner, just as legit excuse for him to not get in. Obviously, the semantics about that. MLB letting some cheaters in. Hey, whatever. That's just a different argument. He won six Super Bowls. Yeah, he won 6 Super Bowls. You gotta.
I mean,
you gotta give it to him.
More.
Really just more. Yeah. Because that was a perfect point for you, Josh, right there too. Jogging my memory. I mean, that's, as you mentioned, he was doing this long before as a defensive coordinator. With that Browns defense, and he coached one of the best defensive players of all time, in Lawrence Taylor. I'm not saying he's credited for Lawrence Taylor. Obviously, Lawrence was really good, but Lawrence Taylor's come out and said Bill, was a really great coach. He said he's a big part of his career. So. And he was a really huge part of that defense, kind of shaping them and everything. So Bill's been doing it for a while. The longevity, the stats, everything's there. He's just a jerk. I mean, they can just admit it. And essentially they have. They just didn't want to let him in. He's just a jerk. And as you said too, hey, we're not afraid to admit it too. That Jordan situation is not the best look for him. It's been kind of, you really don't need her on the UNC sidelines. I don't know what's going on over there, but again, hey, if I was 70-year-old, good for you, Bill. Was that 50-year age gap? Hey, hats off to you on Bill on that one, in that regard. But Bill, not the best look right now. You gotta give it to him though. You gotta give it to him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. This is crazy. This is just another tack for losing all the credibility. And hey, Matt Maskell, might as well. Let's just let it ride. Let's just keep voting him no. Let's see how long as we can go. Let's try to get him. Let's just not let him in the Hall of Fame. I'm down for it on this one, because this just proved it, Josh. They're just out for revenge. They're out just to make a point. All of it. That was a good point from you, bringing up the baseball one too. I think just all these ones have lost credibility. Baseball's a little tougher, just with a little more steroid era and some little more cheating scandals going on. Not cheating scandals, but players cheating. Different cases. The Bonds, McGuires, Kansenkos. It's different from case to case, I think. But this is just purely, we just don't like you, Bill. You were just a jerk to us on the way out, and we lost to you a bunch. So I think they're just taking it out on him on that one. And I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Another one, just, hey, hopefully I brought the energy up. Hopefully I brought, because it takes a lot, it takes a lot for me to say this stuff, Josh.
Yeah. I mean, and even the cheating scandals too, like what, the Lakegate? Like, I mean, I'm not a Patriots fan. Like,
Spygate's legit. That's it. Yeah.
The Spygate one. Yeah.
That's legit. That's legit. But the other one.
And it's, I have a hard time. Like, Jerry Jones, for instance, like, is he going to be in the Hall of Fame? He did some corrupt shit. Like, let's call it for what it is. That America's Team documentary was very eye opening. Like the signing Deion Sanders, where did they get that money? Like, some weird stuff going on there. I know they've gotten in trouble for cheating as well, the Cowboys. So I've done my own research on it, because I, as a young kid, would always go at the Patriots fans about it. I mean, let's just call it for what it is. And I think Ben said it perfectly. They don't want him in. I think it was the right decision for the Patriots to move on. I think it was the right decision for them to get Mike Vrabel, but you can't deny the success. You cannot deny it. And I mean, personally, I think for Bill Belichick himself, I think he should come back to the NFL. Why not? Why not, dude? If you're going to coach, get out of it. Don't try to do what Mike Saban tried to do. And it's just, I don't know. Nick Saban, excuse me. But yeah, Bill Belichick, it was just, I don't know. UNC's not for you, dude. It's not for you. College is not for you. If you're going to come back, you should have went to the team like the Bills or something, but I don't think he'll do it. But I don't know. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, Ben. I think this is insane. I got to look more into the other ballots and who else was. I mean, do you know who beat him into it? I mean, I don't even really think it matters.
No, I didn't see. I haven't seen it yet. I think this was just a big leak too, because they said. To be honest, too, I just heard this on the radio as well. I didn't know this that they released it the day before the Super Bowl. I guess they always release the Hall of Famers before the Super Bowl, the day before. This information got leaked again. I think they're just doing this out of spite. Somebody definitely just
For
leaked
sure.
that one just to get Bill a little riled up and everything like that. So this, yeah, I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with the decision. Yeah, like you said, no matter what you think of Bill and everything, he won. He won with the Patriots. He's just won it pretty much everywhere. Obviously, UNC just doesn't. UNC's not fit. I think he's just on spring break or something.
I like
he's
that.
just got to come back. Yeah, he's just got to come back. Honestly, hey, that, like you said, I hate to just keep just mimicking Josh on that one, but the Bills. I mean, the Bills would have been a perfect spot. I mean, you get there, you got the quarterback already, you got the coordinator. Go get, or just no, just been a name already tossed out there, like just no Jim Leonard. Just get a nice young coordinator for defense, defensive coordinator. Because the problem with the Bills wasn't the coaching, as both me and Josh just said. I think we both said the McDermott firing was too early. It's just this roster just wasn't up to par. I think it was more the GM. I think if anybody had to take a hike, it was the GM, bring the bean. I mean, they got teams like Seattle going out there getting Rashid Shaheed at the deadline. Patriots, I'm just going to keep going with the Super Bowl teams. You saw what they did this offseason, spending the most, and they pretty much hit on every, Morgan Moses has played every game. Stephon Diggs has been a leader. Spillane has been huge for him.
Huge.
Milton Williams, as we said, he's the
Yep.
biggest one. I mean, you see what these other GMs have done, and uh, the Patriots just had a rebuild before you did anything with Josh Allen. So if I think anybody, the GM should have been out of there, and you promoted him.
100%.
That was a little strange on that one from Brandon Bean, and so I think it was more so just the roster and injuries. Just you got screwed with injuries. Sometimes it happens in the NFL. Obviously, it's happened a little more than not with the Bills, but hey, they're one of the more prolific teams now. They're going to be under the radar more, playing longer seasons. You get injured more. Like we said, Drake May, he's a little banged up. We already put that to rest. If he's banged up, he's playing. Nobody in this game, I don't care how banged up you are. If you're not able to walk, you're not playing, obviously. But if you are, you're suiting up. So he's going to be fine and everything. But ultimately, yeah, hey, I mean, that would have been a pretty crazy scenario, Bill, over in Buffalo. But you got the quarterback, you got your coordinator set up. Go do your thing. You get to say you're Bill Belichick. I won 6 Super Bowls. That's it. Get to play New England twice. I mean, that would have been a crazy
Oh,
storyline. Yeah. Hey, I mean, honestly, right now, if he just wants to be the defensive coordinator, go be the DC. Honestly, you made enough money if you want it. If you really love football that much, go take a back seat and go do your thing over there. So that's just a little crazier one, but uh, no, I think ultimately. Yeah, if you're not able to look, yeah, that's a pretty good point for me. I think I had to read that. If he went to Pittsburgh, Ricky, hey, shout out to Ricky. Ricky's been killing it this show all day. Solid comments from Ricky. No, I'm not taking Bill. I'm taking these old guys. Enough. I don't want anyone. I don't have Josh Allen. I don't have anybody. I'm not letting him touch Will Howard. He's going to ruin Will Howard. BP stinks. I like that. I like that, but PB stinks one. That's what he's done. That's unfortunately what Bill's done. And I think just to wrap up this point too, just for it, that's why he's not in it, because he got comments like that. People just, they just don't like him. That's what happens with the winning. That's what happens. What he's been doing of late. He's just been kind of doing whatever he wants and everything like that. So it just comes with the territory. So obviously, I don't agree with it. Just another loss of credibility for these voters and writers and everybody who does it. But yeah, so I'm not going to go cry about it. I like it. I find it funny. I don't think it's right, but I still find it a little funny.
Yeah, interesting how it works. Some of these people who do get to vote, you would be surprised.
Oh yeah,
Titles, I mean, they're not much more credible than me or you. I know it's crazy, but it is the truth.
they should
I
let us
wanted
get
to
a
get
vote.
to this
I
one.
would like that.
This one, big UFC, the first UFC card of the year and on Paramount Plus. I thought it was great, Ben. I watched the last 2 fights there. And the Gaethje Pimblett just stole the show. 2 guys who I agree with James. I'm going to say this and I'll leave it to Ben. I'm not in love with either of them. I think Gaethje's just kind of He is who he is. He's not elite. He will. I mean, you saw how reckless he was in that fight. Even the coach don't do like you got to slow down a little bit. But Paddy Pimblett as well. Yeah, he's not. I'm not in love with him as well. I think he's got a great chin, but then again, Gaethje dominated him, and that's a tough loss if you're a big Paddy fan. And Gaethje, 2-time interim champion, and just holding that belt for Ilia Topuria because he is going to knock him out.
Yeah, and ultimately, yeah, Josh laid it out right there. That's why I wasn't as hyped. Hey, great card. I love UFC being back. That's just gonna be good. Gaethje, yeah, that will always be fun. That's true from Chi right there. That's always just gonna be a slugfest. So I'd love to see that one and everything. But yeah, ultimately, as Josh said, this was just kind of we're just holding it for Ilya. They're just holding it for him until he gets back and everything. So it was a little fun fight for these guys. And I won't lie to Josh, I was working, so I didn't see it. I didn't see it live and everything. I've been watching. I watched some of the highlights throughout and everything. I watched this one, but I think this just highlighted it too from, Paddy. I'm not stealing it again from Josh. Just two guys. I like Gaethje. Gaethje's my guy. I take Gaethje over Poirier. Everyone knows where I stand in that one. But as Josh said too, I just
it's Poirier.
I don't hate him. I just I don't know. I just don't like him as much as Jimmy and Josh. These guys love him. But I just between these two guys, we've seen what we can from Gaethje. Gaethje's already been an interim champ once. You know what you get from him. He's an exciting fighter and everything. And Paddy, this was his sort of first true test. He's got out of a couple close fights. That Jared Gordon one. I don't know if you see him. I was getting to that one. That was a good one. Yeah, I don't know. Derek Lewis, what are you doing?
I literally forgot he was fighting. I forgot. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I thought he was going to lose that one, Josh, but I think he forgot he was fighting too. He just literally just fell on his back and he just stopped fighting. And the other guy was like, I think Waldo Cortez he just pounced on it. He just said, all right, you're gonna be on your back. He just started pounding him Hey, there we go. Oh, look at that. I got the clearer screen. Sometimes. No, we're good now. We're good. No, Josh owes me a couple performances like that. I done plenty in the time we've been doing this. No, but I think these guys, you just know what you're getting from these fighters, Josh. Like you said, they're just holding it for Ilya. We know what we're getting out of these guys. Paddy got his first true test. This was really for him to see if he can fight with these guys. And I think, he just proved he can't. If you got a guy like Gaethje that could just get an onslaught on you, that he's not going to give up. Paddy's not going to be able to control the fight with him, with significant strikes. Or, he's not going to be able to submit him, or he's not going to be able to just wear him down. Yeah, he likes that. He likes that come over. Paddy's a good fighter. He's going to be, he's a great hype guy. He's great for the press conference. He's going to win some more fights, Josh. But it's just not a champ. Maybe an interim champ eventually. Maybe hold it for somebody like Ilya or the next fighter in the line. But he's just a little below Gaethje. He's going to be an exciting fighter. But I just don't think he's at that championship level yet. But it's just great to have the UFC back. Another great card this upcoming week too. You got Volk, Diego Lopez too. It's kind of
true.
Yeah, it's a little boring. We'll see what happens in this one. I think Volk. It's tough to beat a guy twice, but I don't know. Tough to see him Volk losing this one again, and not again, but tough losing to see him to lose in this sort of setting. I think he's better than Diego Lopez. Dan Hooker versus. I forget it. I think it's Dan Hooker versus somebody good too. That's somebody, of course. No, I just hyped it up pretty good. Pretty good. Those are the only two I know on that one. I think it's Josh's. I think it's one of Josh's boys. One of Josh's favorites. Maybe it's Dan Hooker versus Saint Denis.
Oh, Saint Denis. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, Saint Denis. No, that's my guy. My fault. Yeah, that's my fault.
Ruffy. That's a good card, Ben.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Who's Fiziev fighting? Wait, who's?
Fiziev is fighting Ruffy.
Rafi, oh wow, okay. See, this is a good card. All right, see UFC coming out with some nice ones. This one,
I like it.
Yeah, Dan Hooker, Saint Denis. This is a good one for Saint Denis. See you again. He got taken out by Poirier, so let's see if he can get back at that championship level. Let's just see. Hey, was it a one-time thing, or was Saint Denis legit? And he can bounce back after that one. He's had a couple good fights after that one, so I think if he can get this win, he'll be back in title contention. So. You said I knew there was something right there, Josh, because I remember the Saint Denis Poirier fight, so that's where I'm coming in there. This is my Saint Denis alliance, so Allegiance, I should say. So it's going to be an exciting card on that one. So good to have UFC back. And I don't know, Dana's got to figure out some of these fighters too. There was a little fight that got scrapped because of the gaming commission. The bettors are raking some of these fights, it looks like. So I don't know, Dana White not too happy with that. Something to look out for just in the upcoming year with these fights.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Big change over to Paramount Plus, but yeah, the fights.
Yeah,
some of the betting can be very sketchy, Ben.
You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out.
We've got a few minutes left here. It was a great card. Great card coming up this weekend too. You are right. I completely forgot about that. WWE Royal Rumble 2. So if you're into that, you're into
Get your picks in.
And you're into some real fighting, you get that before the Super Bowl. But we are going to get to some quick takes. We'll kind of junction these in together because we got a few minutes. But Celtics and Bruins minute, Ben. We've got the Boston Celtics climbing all the way up to the second seed in the Eastern Conference. They've got Tatum maybe on the mend. They're throwing that out there, coming off a big win against the Portland Trailblazers. And then you've got the Bruins, who are a playoff team right now. They're just behind the Canadian Sabres, Red Wings, and Lightning. Both the Boston TD Garden teams look good, Ben. I'm going to pump the brakes on the Bruins a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. I still think they're a few moves away. I like their defense. Swayman getting better. Kupasero as well. I always pronounce his name. I always screw up the other goalie's name, but he's pretty solid. Pasternak. Those guys, Charlie McAvoy playing a lot better. I know I kind of get on him, but Bruins have been decent. Celtics on the other side. Hugo Gonzalez, I'm a big hater. I'm not in love with him, but he hit that big shot. I know they lost in that game, but they've been good, and the role players have stepped up big time for the Boston Celtics, and hey, they're still even missing their best player. So this team, they're looking for another one. We're looking for Banner 19, and hey, anything can happen, Ben. I don't know if either of them will win, but I think the Boston Celtics could go on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, that was just the Bruins. Tough one last night, obviously. I'm just going from the last night ones. Heated rivalry. Yeah, it's heated rivalry over there, Mares. I don't know which one she's referring to on that one. Heated rivalry, but those Celtics, I think Celtics a little better than the Bruins right now. Yeah, Mari Williams looked solid last night. Jeff, I think why rush Tatum back? Let's just run it with this team. I mean, the NBA is weak this year. I can't really think of a dominant team in the NBA right now. JB's getting MVP votes. He's looking like an early MVP candidate. Derek White's finally turning around. Payne Pritchard's stepping up. I mean, this team is finally starting to get there. At the hockey show. Listen, come on, Mares. We gotta spread it. We gotta spread our wings a little. The Bruins are looking all right. Tough loss last night. They were controlling the game, losing to last place Rangers. That's why I'm leaning a little more on the Celtics right now. The Bruins are always going to choke. It'd just be nice to see the Bruins get into the playoffs. They had just the lowest expectations out of everybody, so they're already exceeding them and then some. So it's nice to see it, but that defense has just got to tighten up back there, and Korpisalo is just not good number 2 sometimes. So we're just limited in that facet, Josh, but I'm heavy on the Celtics, and that's where I'm going to go with this one. If we don't need Tatum, let's just let him rest. He's not going anywhere. I don't want to rush this. NBA's weak right now. Let's just run the tables with what we got. Simons is looking great. I don't want to do anything to Tatum to further the injury, Josh. So let's just run with this team if we can.
I agree. I mean, there's no sense in rushing Jason Tatum out there right now. I know the injury, he's young. They did it. They expedited it. They sped him in there, got the surgery done. I don't care what it says. Don't rush him out there. I mean, I am totally fine with him not playing at all this season if that means next year we got a healthy Jason Tatum and we'll get an extra 5 to 7 years on his career as where, they rush him back, try to get a championship run. He gets hurt again. It's like, oh my goodness. That's a horror story. So they've been great. As Ben mentioned, it's kind of a weak NBA this year. Pistons number 1 in the conference. I mean, they'll do like the Magic a couple years ago, and they'll screw that up. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. The comments great today. Mary, Jeff, Marianne, Kindred, Charlie, Ricky, Nelson, Eddie, Rob. I mean,
everybody,
Jeff, Warren. We've got everybody in here. James. Jimmy. Everybody. We've had everybody in here. The Pats fans. I'm missing a few. Ben can help me out there. But yeah, thank you, Mary. Thank you, of course. I'm going to leave it with this. Ben's going to be the one to wrap up the show. I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. And I'm going to leave it with this. Volkanovski wins by knockout this weekend.
Cool. I like it, Josh. I like it. Thank you to everybody for tuning in, as always. Great comments. And don't get used to it, Pats fans. This is the last time I'll give the Pats credit and everything. So, like I said, I'll give credit where it's due. Pats earned it. They got to the Super Bowl. Let's go Seahawks in this one. You know where I'm rooting for in this one. I'll comment on Josh's too right there. I'm gonna go with him on the Volkanovski, but give me Saint Denis too. Saint Denis and Volk. Let's go.
Timeout, talks. Timeout, talks.